Hi guys, this video is for some help for the first of the arithmetic sequences questions. So the questions which are set for today before we go on to geometric sequences. Okay, I'm going to just go through a few of the first ones. Right, so question number 1, if you didn't see this one yesterday, slide this one up. So all of these questions are using the formula UN equals U1 plus n minus 1 lots of the common difference. And you have to think how to make substitutions into this formula here. Sometimes you need to use it twice in order to answer the question, but it's all through this formula. By the way, this is also like our nth term. So for example, if you had, let's just do one quickly, if we had 3, 5, 7, 9, so on, then we know that the nth term here is the 2 times table plus 1. Now, if you use this thing above, you will get 3, which is U1, sometimes we call U1A, and then plus n minus 1 lots of D, and the common difference to this thing here is 2. So we'd put times 2 there on the end. And that would equal to 3 plus 2n minus 2 if we multiply that out. And then if we simplify that, we get 2n plus 1, which is the same thing. So this is the same, this thing here is the same as doing your normal nth term thing for a sequence. Okay, let's just take some of that back. Okay, so for the first question, I'm going back. Right. For the first question, find the common difference where it says the difference between these terms is 36. I'm going backwards a little bit here. U1 and U5, they're talking about having a difference of 36. So we can use the formula twice. U1, well, let's set it up with U5. U5 is equal to U1 plus n minus 1 times by this D on the end there. Now, we know actually that n in that case is 5, so we'd say 5 take away 1 lot of D, or we can simplify that as well to 4D. Okay, so when they're talking about the difference between these two terms, they mean U5 take away U1, so take this to the other side, you'll get the difference, and that difference is equal to 4 lots of the common difference. So the difference between each of the terms, that is. So that's equal to 36, so you should be able to work out what D is now. Okay, now for the second part of the question, the 10th term of the sequence is double the 7th term. So you need to set up a formula for this. So the 10th term is U1 plus 9 lots of D. That's just using this with n is equal to 10. And the 7th term is U1 plus 6 lots of D. And we know that this thing is twice this thing. So I can say that this is twice of this thing here. So the 10th term is double the 7th term. Okay, so write down an equation in terms of U1 and D. Now that's done. And find U1. So now you can find U1 because you're going to know what D is from here. Okay, let's have a look at the next question then. Question 2, so it's still this one. Question 2. Second term of an arithmetic sequence is 30. So we've got U2 equals U1 plus 1 lot of D, because n minus 1 is going to be 2 minus 1 in this case. So that gives us the answer of 30, because U2 is equal to 30. And they also tell us that the 5th term, so U5, is equal to U1 plus, we know that's 4 lots of D. And then we know that this is 90. So now we have a set of simultaneous equations, like where you normally have x and y, amounts of those two, and then we can solve those simultaneous equations. That's just GCSE stuff. It says calculate the common difference. Well, we'll get that by solving these equations, and the first term also get that from solving these two equations. Okay, Example number 3. Let's take it on. So again, this one's saying the 7th term, so straight away U7 is 28, they say, so is U1 plus 6 lots of D is equal to 28. And they say the 10th term of the same sequence is 37. So this is another one which we can use 9D is equal to 37. There's another one which we can use simultaneous equations for. Same type of question. Question 4. And well, it's very similar again. We're going to set up 2 equations. Actually, they've got U1 there. U1 would just be U1 plus no lots of D. So that doesn't really give us much of an equation. So in fact, we can use the second bit of information here to say, well, U5 is U1 plus 4D gives us 113. But we also know what U1 is. So we can put that in there and then solve for D. Find the nth term of the sequence. So the nth term, UN, of the sequence is -7. So when we get our U1 and D, you can then set up your formula U1 plus n minus 1 lots of D. We know what U1 is. We're going to find out what D is. And then we'll need to set this, that's equal to UN. So we'll need to set UN equal to -7 and then solve that for n, because n will be the missing thing here. Okay, let's have a look at question 5. Question 5. Okay, the first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence are these things here. Find the common difference. Well, common difference, you can see what it's going up in each time. It's going up in 1.7s. So your D here is 1.7. And it says find the 28th term. Well, we now have UN, U28 in this case, is equal to U1, which we know is the first term there, plus n minus 1. So you'll have 28 minus 1, 27, times by your common difference, which you can use from there as well. That one's pretty straightforward. Question 6. First term of an arithmetic sequence is 3, so there's A or U1, and the 7th term is 33. So U7 equals U1, which is 3, plus 6 lots of D, that's n minus 1 lots of D. Calculate the common difference. Well, again, set it equal to 33. Put in U1 and solve for D. And to work out the 95th term, UN be U95, which is U1 plus 94 lots of D. You can use the information from the previous part to solve that. Question, let's take it a little bit further. Question 7. So they've already given us the formula in this case. There's UN. Write down the common difference. Well, if you come up with your first few terms, if you put 1 in, you'll get 5 plus 2 lots of 1, which is 7. If you put in 2, you're going to get 5 plus 2 lots of 2, which is 9. And you put in 3, you're going to get 11. So you can put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to work out the terms of your sequence, and then you can see what the common difference is. It's not clear necessarily from this what the common difference is, or necessarily what the first term is, that's for sure, because the first term happens to be 7. That's not a number in there. Okay, given that the nth term of this sequence is 115, work out the value of n. Well, once you've, in fact, for this one, you don't need to use UN equals U1 plus n minus 1 D. What you can do instead is set UN, which is 115, equal to 5 plus 2n, because this is already the simplified version of this. So you can just solve that. Okay, next question. Question 8. Question 8. First three terms of the sequence, find the common difference. Again, that's easy. Find the 30th term. That's really similar to a previous question. I'm not going to go through that. Let's see if there's anything more challenging here. Question 9 is two simultaneous equations. Question 10, first four terms, write down the nth term of the sequence. Well, you can do that via your old method or using the formula, but simplify it, of course, by multiplying out the brackets and simplifying. That should be easy. Fourth term of my arithmetic sequence is 12, and then the 10th term is 42. So that's simultaneous equations to work at U and D. Solve the equations, that's fine. Question 12, find the first term of the arithmetic sequence is minus 16. The 11th term is 39. Calculate the value of the common difference. Again, that's simultaneous equations. Question 13, find the arithmetic sequence. First term of the arithmetic sequence is 3. The sum of the first two terms is 11. That's interesting. Okay, so you can set up here your first term is 3. The sum of the first two terms, well, the first term is U1. The second term is going to be U1 plus D. The sum of the first two terms is going to be this added with this. So you'll get two lots of U1 plus D. And then you can put that equal to 11. Guys, I'm going to stop there. We'll see if anyone gets that far, but hopefully those hints have helped today.